Hi, welcome to Facetime with Andy. I'm here to help you get the most out of your ClearPath MCP system. I'll show you some tips, some tricks, some techniques you might not have seen before. I hope you enjoy the series and find it helpful. What I want to show you today is perhaps a different way than you're used to at connecting to an MCP system. In PowerShell, there's a way to get credentials, and anytime you connect to an MCP system, you want to do it securely. So I'm going to call the PowerShell commandlet called get credential. Okay? And this is going to prompt me for MCP credentials. We're connecting to an MCP machine, so I need to supply MCP credentials. I'm going to give it my MCP user code and an MCP password, and that has been now stored in a variable called $cred. So I'm going to refer to $cred in the future when I need to supply my secure credentials, because I've already given them. The next PowerShell commandlet we're going to look at is new PS drive. PS drive standing for a PowerShell drive. There are a number of parameters to do this, make this work right, and we'll just walk through them. It's not hard at all. The first one you need to do is you need to give it a name. Now this is a convention that I use. You don't have to use it, but I find it really helpful. I like to name my PowerShell drives the same as the host name of the MCP I'm connecting to. We're going to be going to an MCP by the name of CPFM3 CPM. So I'm going to name that as the name of my PowerShell drive. And anytime when I'm looking at a prompt and I see CPFM3 CPM as the drive name, I know exactly which host I'm connecting to. You also need to supply a PS provider, a PowerShell provider. What kind of entity are you going to have as this PowerShell drive? And when you're going to the MCP, it's always going to be a file system. That's what the MCP supplies for you to connect to, is a file system. And we got to tell them what the root of the file system is. Okay, what do you consider the outermost level of the directory structure for this file system? And for us, it's going to be one of the shares the MCP is presenting to us. You're probably familiar with _home_. Well, there's also _home_XL, which is for extra large files. That's the one I'm going to go to. And so how do you get there? How do you specify the root? Well, you give them a double whack and the server name, CPFM3 CPM, okay? And the share you're going to, _home_XL_, okay? And I need to tell them what credentials to connect with. Well, we already got that. That's in our variable $cred. So now, if I do that, we get mapped to CPFM3 CPM. So it's a drive. It's time to CD to it. So I'm going to CD to CPFM3 CPM, and we need the colon. Drives are followed by colons. Good. So now I've got a PowerShell prompt, and you look at the prompt and you see CPFM3 CPM. I know exactly where I'm routed to on this PowerShell drive. So let's see what files I got up there. I mean, you do that, you use GCI, which is get child items, which is basically dir for PowerShell. And if I do that, I get all the files that are up there on my MCP system. I know I find this technique very handy, especially because I don't have to sacrifice one of my precious drive letters for Windows. Here, I can make as many of these. If I've got access to 18 MCP systems, I can have a different name for each one and know precisely which one I'm routed to at any time. I hope you find this useful. I sure do.